What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Love Trap content. And I am here with some wonderful people because we got to talk about Griselda, okay? Netflix Griselda is a series, 6 episodes, a lot to unpack. I have my fellow content creators and my fellow YouTube buddies. So we're going to just break down pivotal moments of each episode and, overall take and review of the series, okay? And first up, I have Candy Love. Candy, how you doing?
What's up? What's up? What's up, PG? I am doing wonderful on this marvelous, fabulous Tuesday. How are you?
I'm trying to get the hump day because the week.
Okay.
Girl, but we gonna get through it, okay?
Hey, we all on the struggle bus.
Yes. And Tamika's Dan, how you doing?
Hey y'all, I'm good. I'm hanging in there. You know how I go. I was pulling myself together.
We always, Jesus, one day at a time. And Detroit,
Yes,
what's
ma'am.
up?
How y'all ladies doing? I'm the man perspective because the man saying they didn't want to see this, but I'm here
What?
to, they said it was trash, but I got a rap for the fellas because it was a good series to me.
Okay.
Clutching my pearls right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh well, that's fine. We got some people in the building. We got Kendall, Dairy B, whoever's coming in. Please make sure to like the video, watching the replay. Let's get down in the comments. Make sure you like the video. It's streaming on all of our platforms. So go to everybody's channel and like everybody's video, and make sure to subscribe to all of us. Okay, we all
Thank
trying
you,
to grow
PG.
up in here.
Thank you.
We a little family up in here, all right?
Okay.
But yes, we are here to discuss Griselda Blanco, okay, her rise and her fall in the country. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot to unpack. The series pretty much starts in Medellin, Colombia in 1978. And approximately, based on my math, she's about 35 in her mid-30s. And it starts off with the shenanigans, okay? I just want to get straight to it because this kind of starts her flee to America, okay? Her husband propositions her, okay? Alberto is his name. That's what they call him, okay? He wants or asks Griselda, apparently, to sleep with his brother, Fernando. Because apparently they lost 2 shipments to New York. Don't ask me to do the math, but it had to have been a pretty penny. Okay.
Okay.
And or Haboter asked Griselda to do something a little strange.
For a little change.
That's a lot of change.
Yeah, a lot of change. No coins. We talking about hundreds, okay?
Thriller.
So yeah. So Detroit, let me just start off with you, okay? How do you feel about this proposition? I just want to know your overall thoughts because this is a lot.
This was a lot. I was mad. I wouldn't have my baby girl to do that now. That was retarded. That was ridiculous, man. I was surprised.
You were surprised?
I was very surprised though. I want to see how much money it was though, because it had to have been a lot of money. He was very angry too.
Yes. I mean, I would think it's definitely, I don't know, because at the time they're charging what, 35,000 a brick. Right now it's about 17. Don't ask how I know, just allegedly based on some research. Okay.
Right. It's research purposes.
So you think it was about
purposes, okay? So I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking shipments. There's several pallets involved. So you can do the math, right? So the purpose of, her doing something a little strange for a little change is because Fernando was like, Griselda's boom boom just is enough to wipe that slate clean and to not, pretty much excuse them from the business. So this is pretty much their livelihood at stake. So Tamika, girl, would you slap Alberto? What would you do? Or would you be like, oh, let me go ahead and take a swig?
Yeah, I would have slapped him too. I would have been pissed. I don't know if I could have went in there. He would have had to been, done with me. She was a trooper though. I mean, she punched him, but then she just was like, all right, let me go ahead and do what I gotta do. I don't think I would have had that energy.
Yeah, what did Andre 3000 say? You know what to do. And the fact that it was like, that's what she used to do,
Right. He made sure he threw that in there.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
He said, Shorty, you better recollect. He basically told her to do what he gotta do, man. You gotta
Candy,
do it.
Candy, how
Yes,
would
ma'am.
you react in this situation? Do you think, you may have to rethink this? Like, you know what? His brother ain't that bad looking. Like, what we doing?
We're not doing that.
With the wrong brother.
We're not doing that. Ain't no way. I'm not taking one for the team or two. No, we're not doing that. Hey, I'm getting on through. I think I might have did what she had to do.
Yeah, and the fact that it seemed like she, on the way to his room, that she may have passed his woman or his wife or what have you. I'm like,
yeah, it's like, hold a minute.
yes.
Right.
Those
And
people crazy.
You know what annoyed me the most? When she got done, Alberto had the nerve to be over here kickbacking and playing pool. And then he had the nerve to ask, did you enjoy it? Like, what?
Man, he a wild boy for that, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. Ain't no way I'm doing it like that.
No.
I wouldn't have did, which not that part, but I would have had to get on through. I would have had to go. I would have to chunk up the deuces real quick because we're not doing that.
Yeah. Honestly, if she would have stayed with him, he probably would have been had that in his head the whole remaining relationship. They probably would have been 78 on a rocking chair. You show you ain't do nothing, and I you ain't deal with me.
Right. It would have been a never ending story.
Exactly.
It kind of remind me in a different way of old girl that set it off to get that scholarship money. Day after day.
I'm in the bind, Nate.
I'm in the bind, Nate. Do you know what I had to do to get that money?
Money?
Man, listen.
But Griselda ended up, deleting him and his homie. So she flees
As
to
she should.
Miami. She had a friend, Carmen, who graciously allowed her and her 3 kids to stay in, in the room, whatever. And so Griselda, she has this quest to sell her first brick. She smuggled a kilo. And she goes through all these, trials and tribulations to sell this said brick. Now, Amicar is like the top dude, at the time in Miami. He's at the Mutiny, which seemed like the it club. It was given like Studio 54, 57?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was given that, right? But of course, she had to find a way in, which was Raggedy. I don't want to curse. Raggedy
no, go ahead.
Hey, let it go. Let it flow.
It ain't church stuff. It ain't trap church. We good.
Raggedy Johnny was embarrassed. His ego was a little struck. And, he had a little couple vacuums up there. Like, he liked the little cocaine, right? He had the nerve to steal her brick. But she was like, all right, I'm going to do my recon. And what did she do? She got that bat, right? And she went ham. And she was able to get her brick back. Got a meeting with Birdman, which was Eddie. And she was able to negotiate $20K before, Eddie went home to the Lord. Because they shut up that whole little situation. But she had to do a lot.
Can I say something, though? That scene was crazy, though.
Yes.
They didn't waste it. That scene was crazy, though. Griselda was just looking like, what the heck is going on here?
Yes, it was a lot. But I like her plays and her thought process because she, met Chucho. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. But he was, working at the little diner. She, pretty much had him as a bodyguard. She rented a vehicle. She made it look like she, was of status. And she was kind of telling him before, they got out to the little bar, what have you. She's like, hold up, wait, you don't want to seem too anxious. Get her out, open the door for me. Like, she really was, thoughtful because she, at this time, was selling cocaine for 10 years. So she was, smuggling for a while. So she already knew the game. But yeah, Amicar got his get back and he ended up, he kept her alive, which was crazy to me. Well, I lied. He didn't keep her alive. Chucho saved her life because Machete Man was about to get her. And she pretty much left Chucho there to dry. Like, how do y'all feel about that? Like, I could see both sides of it because it looked like he was dead too. Like, what do y'all think about that situation?
You want me to go first? Okay. I actually think that was weak. Griselda did him dirty, man. She did him dirty, but that's just my opinion, though.
Yeah. I saw both sides because one, he was underneath someone. So you don't know if he did or not. You don't know who else coming. Like your life just got scared. I saw her position too, but at the same time, if true, I'd be like, I need to up that price, ma'am.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I need some more
honestly,
money.
I thought
That's
he
not
was
enough.
going to until he got up and moved. Oh, he's still living. Listen, I'd have been up out of there. You got to be moving quick.
Exactly.
I think she thought he was dead though. That man, he held her, he saved her life though. To be honest with you.
Yeah, she did think that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope she gave him more than the 200 she promised him, because that's a lot.
Double that. Double up, please, ma'am. Because I left and came back.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So she goes back to the mutiny, bloodied up like it was Halloween, and was like, "Yo, I need you to try my coat. Like, we not playing over here." So she convinces him, to pretty much, sample her product. And he agrees. He's like, well, if you, double my earnings for the next month, you can go ahead and be my supplier. So it looks like we got a little deal going. But how do y'all feel about like what she had to go through allegedly, because, it may be, I feel like with this particular series, there are things that are out of order, or, that wasn't necessarily factual, but maybe put together for entertainment value. But I guess we'll just focus on what we saw on the screen.
Yeah.
So how do y'all feel like, was it very realistic? Like, how do y'all feel about this whole beginning era of Griselda? Like, Candy, how do you feel about that?
Well, I know she had to go through a lot. For one, she's a woman in a man's world.
Yeah.
So they were going to, do anything to deter her or to lowball her or to not get her to do anything. So, it was not fair to her, because if it had been a man, they wouldn't have did her like that. A lot of the ways that she was done. So, it is realistic because it still happens today. They still try to do us like that. But I'm so used to watching other stuff that this kind of seemed out of sync a little bit for me, but because I had to watch it a couple times. But I mean, it's is it an adaptation of her story, or is it based on true story, or because
I feel like it's loosely. I mean, it's based on. I feel like a lot of things are true, but there are certain things that maybe we'll have time to kind of, tell what we know and what we don't know about that's actually true or not. But
loosely based, right?
Too much. I'm sorry, Detroit.
No, my bad for cutting you all off. I think you think it's loosely based, like 50%.
Well, not loosely based.
Not loosely based, but, based on a true story. But a lot of things just, I guess, because I'm so used to seeing the documentaries and the other movies and stuff. I'm so used to seeing that. When I see this, it's kind of hard, I guess, because you see so many intricate pieces that you never saw before. I guess that's why it seems so many details that we didn't know about.
Yeah, I feel like they took certain creative liberties, but I do feel like at the foundation, they kept her story as true as they possibly can have it while being entertaining.
Correct.
What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree. I think anytime that is these movies that's based on real life people, they always, take liberties and change certain things. Sometimes I'll be like, they didn't need to change that. They could have told the story as is, and then other things, I'm like, I see that, that change, or that wasn't really that big of a deal. So, I think they just took liberties, but it's still based around actual facts, some actual facts. But as far as like just how they was playing in her face, they was definitely playing in her daggone face, It was like, oh yeah, your cook is good. I want that, but then I want to play you, and I want to try to do some underhanded stuff and take it from you. And what you gonna do about it? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna come with my damn bat, and you gonna give me my stuff.
I ain't gonna hold you. That seemed like when she came with that bat, that seemed like something a mother would do in real life, man.
For real.
If you can't find nothing else, you're gonna look for a bat or a pat, a pine, or something. You're gonna find something. Bat. What else? A pan.
Battery.
Battery. You found something.
Yeah.
And she told him up with that bat. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have gave the information up too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was definitely giving, round of applause up in here. He was goofy anyway, just with his
was.
Yeah, he was goofy though.
Yeah, but it shows you why she ended up being the way she was, so ruthless. Because, well, of course, her beginning was terrible, but the way the men treated her, and it was like she just had to go above and beyond to make her point a lot of times. So this lady, it was ruthless, boy.
Yeah.
Wilding. I can't wait till y'all get to that time jump though, because she was bugging.
Yes.
Yeah.
June 226, what's up? You said it was based on a true story, but they made her prettier, more sympathetic than the real Griselda was. She was ruthless with her hits. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah,
They
I
pretty much
agree.
how they depicted her. Because it was a couple times I was like, oh, poor her, but it shouldn't really be no poor her at the end of the day.
No,
Entertainment purposes only.
entertaining.
Exactly.
That's what they was gonna do anyway. But she don't get no sympathy when she. And I'm not trying to jump the gun, but when that time jump happened, she was wilding. That was really
she
her right there.
She was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait to get to that episode because, child. Well, let's get on to episode 2, right? This one we start springing into action. We start smuggling the girls and the drugs. Okay. Now, a little backstory. It seems though Griselda had a little proficiency when it comes to forging passports. Right, because in my head, I'm like, how you get all these girls over here? Like, what was the requirements from Colombia to America? I know a lot of things were a lot loose, especially before 9/11. But I was like, you getting all these girls back and forth. But I, did some research, and that's pretty much how she was able to get a little passport.
Mm-hmm.
But they're smuggling the cocaine and the bras, because she was an ex sex worker. So I'm sure she reached back, and been mentors to some of the young bucks, right?
PJ keeping it PG.
Yes. So,
what you gotta say?
I'm sorry.
I thought Detroit had something.
No, I ain't saying. No, I'm just looking at. I was just thinking how she got them all the way from Colombia to Miami, and she brought her friend, her right hand man, the guy. I'm kind of. I ain't gonna get. I'm not gonna. I know you got that thumbnail or whatever, the slide, but I was kind of. He was a ride or die dude, man.
Yeah, Arturo. Yeah, no, I was saying, based on, it was a snippet of something, not necessarily a documentary, but it was a video pretty much stating how Griselda had like a passport hookup. She was, accustomed to forgery situations.
Her planning was crazy. Like she was on top of her stuff when it came to that, even down to having their clothes and their undergarments where they can put, different things inside of it. Like her detailing, how she planned it out. I don't think nobody else was on her level.
Yeah, she was a visionary.
Yeah, definitely a visionary.
Just with the first dozen girls, she was able to smuggle 10 kilos, which totaled about $250,000.
The PG did her math on that.
I was just like, I wear size such and such. So let me give me a little Ziploc bag. What it do around here.
Let me see what I can make shape. Okay.
I'm just saying, we Candy and Tamika, we can make some things work.
Hey, listen.
Sorry, Detroit.
No, you good. Yeah,
he gonna be packing too.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a Gucci bag. Give me a Gucci bag, and I'm good.
Yeah, Gucci bag.
Yeah, give me a Gucci book bag.
You're gonna be thick. We're gonna make you thick.
Okay.
Got you. Long as y'all save me some money, I'm good. We good.
Them underwear gonna be padded.
How do you think about her initial plan for smuggling the drugs with the girls? Like, how do you feel about that? Was it a good play?
I think it was a good play. Let's be honest. In Miami, what you think they do in Miami all day? At that time in the 80s, and probably still do to this day. You know what I mean? Like do drugs. They were sniffing that coke and get high and get drunk. A whole lot of money. You got a whole bunch of millionaires, and you got the woman there too. Oh yeah, she had that mapped out real good.
Yeah, that is fact. So she has a meeting with Amilcar, and he promised her, hey, if you double my earnings for the month, you can be my supplier. But he already got one. Okay, Papo, which I wasn't a fan of Papo in this series anyway.
Me neither.
Not at all.
But Amilcar pretty much used her as leverage to pretty much make a better deal with Papo. So he pretty much just finessed the whole situation and X'd her out of the whole deal, which is another hurdle. And he was really trying to offer her 5,000 a brick, where
that's
they could go
whack.
as far as 25. That is real whack. Like, how
that was horrible. That's I'm just gonna say that he only did that because she's a woman at the end of the day. If it was a dude, he would have never did that to him.
Yeah.
Yep, they trying to lowball her and treat her any kind of way. But hey, she got it in the end.
Like, how you go from Target to Dollar Tree price real quick?
Right. Yeah.
And
You're trying to lowball the lady.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said earlier, they still do that to this day. They'll do us any kind of way. They try to anyway.
That is big facts.
It's a man's world, child. Ugh.
Mm.
Anywho, so
hold up now.
I said that's what Al Green said is a man's world.
Okay.
You didn't hear that part because I already knew you was gonna come for me, Detroit.
But Beyonce said, "Who run the world?
Girls."
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Al Green was speaking back, maybe 78, but not right now. Okay. So of course, Griselda, she's a mastermind, so she has to go back to the drawing board. And she was like, "Oh, what we gonna do? We gonna corner the market to the rich folk because they bored, they ain't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna, market to the rich people." So she has one of like 3 inspirational speeches. The first one was to, the flock of girls, like, hey, you're going to be your own entrepreneurs. You're not going to work for anybody. So what we're going to do is give out freebies, which, turn into a little boat party, and then, pretty much advertise. So I kind of like the play, they really market her. I'm not sure if you guys have seen any other content with Griselda. I don't know if she's known to be this great, she's a great salesman. You have to be a queen pen, but I wasn't sure if she's really known for having these huge, speeches, if you will. But it was definitely, a great time watching her, talk to the people. But yeah, she has this boat party. Papo comes through. He tries to punk her, but German, who actually ends up fronting her 100 kilos a week, was like, no, you're not going to do anything because now we're partners. So 100 keys a week, you guys. So how do you feel about her plan to kind of have this now new niche market of like going to the rich people? Like, Candy, how do you feel about that?
This lady, he was like y'all say, a mastermind. Listen, Griselda was on it. She was like, they ain't got nothing else to do other than play tennis and golf and spend money and ride yachts and, chilling and carrying on. She was just smart. She was she had, like I said, she had she was a visionary. She had a foresight for, what's to come. And it's still what's going on today. It's still, hey.
At the
That's why she's the godmother.
Yeah.
Godmother.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, my bad. It's on Tamika. My bad. I was just agreeing with Candy.
No, you're good. Tamika, how you feel about her, trying to find her own little niche, outside of what her original plan was?
Yeah, she had to keep bobbing and weaving on them, ducking and, doing the matrix because they thought they was just going to be able to get rid of her. Like, nah, sit down, little lady, you're supposed to be little housewife. And she was like, no, okay, next, this is what we going to do. I'm going to shake it and move it and we gonna get it over here if we can't get it over there. So she just showed that she was determined. She wasn't gonna let nothing stop her, even though this may not have been the best thing to me.
I know,
going
right?
after it, but listen, that's what she wanted. She was like, I'm gonna get what I want and y'all not gonna stand in my way. So I know they was annoyed as hell, like, damn, every time this chick keep popping back up.
I know. Before I get to Detroit, I do want to mention what aggravated me was that hating the behind broad at the brothel who pretty much gave up the intel to Dario. Like, oh, she's the
she gave it up quick.
Oh, that pissed me off.
No, neither.
That pissed me off. But go ahead, Detroit. How you feel about her play to market to the rich folk?
Hey, that was the smartest thing. Nobody else thought about it but her. That's why she's her. She had a vision, like Candy said, and it worked out for the most part, though. Now she got some haters. The man came up in there trying to block you. A man, what you trying to press a woman for now? Griselda, she ain't no typical woman, though. Now let's get it twisted, but why you pressing this woman? No. That's what I didn't like. Like, mind your business. Let this woman cook. Let her eat.
Yeah. She was like, "You're scaring my guests."
Right. Yeah.
Are we trying to have a good?
She know how to put a show on too. He's trying to stop the party.
Yeah. He started throwing the good china down. I'm like, all right, no. Y'all get too excited.
Mhm.
But I
You
like
messing
that.
up. They like you messing up us. They was getting high. They said stop. You messing up us. We having a good time right now. You messing up this party.
Hey,
it
it ain't
was
the kind of party you
too.
think it is. Hey, this a different kind of party
Right.
here, buddy.
Yes, yes, yes. I can't wait to get to the other party. But before we do that,
Oh.
she get back home, wee hours in the morning, and who she find with her sons? Raggedy behind Fernando. Now, I like to, play devil's advocate, and I like to see all areas, but I cannot find any good or any any like justification for Fernando trying to avenge his brother's death. But how do y'all feel about Fernando being out of here? Because I feel it was necessary, but y'all may disagree. So Tamika, how do you feel like, how about the situation with Dario offing Fernando and having actually, a code about not, offing kids?
Yeah, it was necessary. I mean,
Okay.
you in this business, you got to do. Comes with the territory.
Yes.
There's
Fernando thought
no
he was
questions about it.
he was trying to sell the Suns. Well, if something would have hurt you guys, would you do the same? Like, no, Fernando, shut up.
Right.
Exactly.
Detroit, was it necessary to off Fernando, or do you think, he was in his right to avenge his brother's death?
He was right, but I ain't gonna lie. He found Griselda and them quick though. He was on a mission, bro. They like you said, old girl gave up the information for that man. I'm like, damn, you could at least got some more money before you start snitching. But
That's what I was saying.
you know what I mean? Like, dang, you could have upped the price. God dang, but I think he did good. He said his code. He stuck by his code at the end of the series too. He said he don't want to kill kids.
That's facts. That's facts. What about you, Candy? Do you have any thoughts about Fernando and his raggedy behind?
He was justified in coming because I would have wanted to, handle business as well. But you, sir, just go somewhere and sit down. Like you don't want it. You don't want it with lean.
Oh gosh. But and
You gonna
also,
F around and find out.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he knew exactly what happened and what was down. Like, you was a part of this issue, Fernando.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was a mess.
A whole hot mess.
Can I say this though? After he did kill old boy, he ain't waste too much time getting the Griselda draws. He ain't waste no time now.
Well, we don't know the time
span.
Yeah, he had that on his mind, bro. He said he had to get rid of it.
I mean, it's giving with the bodyguard.
Okay.
And that is the bodyguard though, but he said I'm gonna risk it all.
That's that Kevin Costner action. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, Griselda. I mean, we'll get to that later. But that was pretty much episode 2. So episode 3, we get a little upgrade. We got us a whole house. Like, I was at first, I'm like, is this a house just for the girls? But it seems like the girls and the family, they all living up in there. I'm like, okay, Griselda. I mean, it's economical to say the least. But she finds out that Ochoa wants to buy her out. So, they have a meeting in Bahamas. So they try to buy her out with $15 million. They had a nice all sitting pretty in that suitcase, y'all. Oh, that money was looking good.
Yes. I was like, oh,
yes, she declines. But in hindsight, do y'all think she should have took the money based on like what everything else that happens, in terms of her life? Like, do y'all think she should have took that money? What about you, Candy? How do you feel about that?
I would have taken the money. I would have and been up, piece up, A-Town down, gone by my business. But because she was so determined, she was so in that life. I mean, you're not finna stop me from doing what I've been doing for 10 plus years. I'm gonna keep doing this. You're not finna tell me what to do. Basically, you're not finna buy me out. You can't. There's no amount of money you can pay me for me to get out of your way. So no, she did right for her, but I would have taken it.
Yeah, Detroit.
I'm on my sister Candy, but she made. I had when we, you know what I mean, we kind of got to do the research here. I'm doing the research, you know what I mean, did my Googles. This woman that made like $80 million, her net worth. Now that's if you telling me get the $15 million and I can make $80 million, she ain't taking that $15 million. She taking 80 million. She could have made over close to $1 billion if she would have kept going. So for her perspective, hell no, I ain't taking no $15 million.
But look what came with all of that, though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take my 15 and be chilling.
All the drug dealers don't know how to stop. It's just like gambling. Like you're gonna say you're gonna stop when you win, and then I'm gonna try to win some more. That's what they do.
That's exactly right. Yes. Tamika, what about you?
Yeah,
Taking it?
first you get the money, then you get the power. She want the power, the respect. You know, she want to climb higher and higher and higher. She ain't just trying to take 50 million. She thinking about it like, listen, I can get to 100 million and I can keep going up, up, up.
Right.
She ain't trying to sit down, you know. So it's just basically probably made her feel like, nah, y'all can't just buy me off and get rid of me. I'm gonna be standing on y'all next. Y'all gonna have to deal with me.
Right.
Exactly. Like, you know, I understand Candy's perspective as well, because it's like 15 million now. And, you know, Arturo was trying to tell her, like,
but me, I would have took the 15 minutes, but for her, she ain't doing that.
Exactly. I'm like, especially like in the early 80s. Like, I'm not doing the inflation math or what have you, but it's definitely, you know, that's a pretty penny. But like Detroit said, you know, drug dealers, they want that fast money. They think about the potential. They don't think about, you know, the negative, getting pulled over, getting murked. And I always had this perspective of like just NBA players or, you know, just anybody. If you paying me 15 million, what is it really worth? Because you are interested in this product and you know the potential. So she already knew y'all try to play with me.
Yeah, she knew. Because she already, you know, she been in the game for so long. Y'all not finna, you know, just give me no little measly $15 million. Candy gonna take the 15 million, but Griselda not taking that 15 million. Because see, when did Star Island come into play down there in Miami? See, you know, my mind is going there, you know.
Yeah. I'm not sure when it's
I would have been trying to get me some property.
Miami always in the 80s, always before everybody was going to like California, like LA, that was popular too. But the property was always good in Miami. A lot of the big time drug dealers, Meech, he had a house in Miami, so the property was good. You had, I'm telling you, she should have probably got some property. I'm taking 15 million though. I'm investing. You could flip 15 million and you can double that if you know what you're doing.
That's true. That's true.
At that time.
Yeah. And I don't know why it just came in my head. It's like giving me, you know, I hate to talk about other shows and other things, but it's giving me like, you know, that Raquel spirit. Like, this is me. This is who I am. Like,
yes, I was thinking about that all throughout this.
Yes. You're not gonna play with me like that.
Bake some cookies? No. I want to sell this work.
Rock bought a whole plaza and was like, "You mean I got to fix this shit?"
Yeah, you gotta fix it. Yeah, you gotta fix it. You bought it. What you talking about? Like you bought it.
Oh, yeah, like call the plumber. Call the landlord. Like, you the landlord.
Call the plumber. That's a whole. Like, she really made it seem like it was so trivial. Like, it's hilarious to me. But when you used to doing one thing, it's hard to fathom the next thing. So.
And then for her to be a visionary, I hate that we go there, but for her to be a visionary, it's like she couldn't see, you know. But yeah, we can talk about that later on.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So she goes back, and then she has a second inspirational speech with the other Miami, you know, drug dealers. Like, no, we need to unite. It was giving me like The Wire a little bit, you know, where you know you want to unite and have a little coalition, you know, against the Ochoa, because the Ochoas want to go ahead and sell work and provide distribution. So that pretty much would have knocked out everybody that's currently selling the work there. So she had a good idea, but of course, the male ego, they didn't want her to be in charge. And they was like, no, we want to see what Amilcar is about, you know, what his, you know, thoughts are. But he wanted to take the buyout because he has a little, you know, murder investigation to worry about. So, you know, she goes to see him, which I was a little nervous. Of course, we know she wanted nothing to happen with her, but I was like, girl, you going in that car alone with that man too? That's other man house.
Right.
Like, Dario, get this vaccine, boy, when we talking.
Okay.
But she offers to off his witness, Raw. And
Oh, that went well, did it?
y'all, when she said do it, and when she found out that it wasn't just him, it was a wife and the kid, like, what was your thinking in Detroit when she was like, do it? Do you think it was over for everybody?
I thought it was over for everybody. She killed them people, you know what I mean, the witness, which I get it, that's the game, but they gotta like your husband said he don't like killing kids. He didn't even want to do that. If anything, you could have sent them away. You didn't have to kill them innocent people.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, she definitely could have sent them away, or even if you was gonna take out, the man, you could have let the baby mama leave with the baby or whatever. Like, he gave her that chance, he gave her the choice, and just still was like, do it. I was like, damn.
I know.
Yeah, like, you got kids of your own, so that was
Yeah.
deep.
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I was like, oh no,
And she just was when my man was about to knock her off, and her oldest son, I think, yeah, that's her oldest son. He was coming to save his mama. The dude was about to blow her. She thought her son was about to die. So I don't understand why she even pushed the button. I would have been like, man, no, you got all this money, send him away. Tell him like, yo, I can offer you right now, but this guy is trying to kill you. So here go $80,000. Go leave the country or something, and they would have did it.
Yeah.
She rolled the dice, boy.
Yeah, and Dario said this will cost you. Are you sure? Is this your final answer?
Right.
I
Yeah,
was
he
him. I
was
would have
kind
never
of the
listened
voice
to
of
her.
reason. Well, at least the way they depicted him in here, he seemed to be the voice of reason. But it was like sometimes she took his advice, and a lot of times it was whatever she was gonna do, she was gonna do anyway. And he just was like, "All right, like, this ain't new to me. I do this, but are you sure you want to do this?"
Exactly. You trying to cross over or not to the dark side?
Because baby, woo-wee.
When you notice, Tamika, you notice when she didn't listen to him, things went wrong.
Yeah,
Not
they
saying
did.
their man is. Not saying we always right. We not always right. Yeah, we need y'all advice on some things, but with that, you should have listened to him. He does that. You should listen to him.
I agree.
And I can't wait till PG get to episode 5 and 6, because he is the reason why the whole thing went down, because she did him dirty.
Yeah. She has a lot of trauma connected to the men in her life, because it seemed a little based on the dialogue. Well, actually, she was married before the show kind of picked up. So actually, Alberto was like her second husband.
Yes.
So, and from looks like she offed all of her husbands.
Yeah. The first husband she married when she was a teenager. So all the different things that she went through with them, and then the way she's going through these things, in the business. I get that part, but it seemed like they had a pretty good partnership and understanding of each other. So I did feel like she would have took a little bit more of his input than she was thinking.
I agree.
Can I say this, lady? So don't get mad. I'm just, I know y'all not gonna get mad or nothing. I'm not one of them type of dudes that think woman can't do nothing. That's not me.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, don't y'all understand why you some people don't want a woman as president and stuff like that? Because you know what I mean, they think y'all get a little bit too emotional. And Griselda Blanca, when she got emotional, she didn't think right. When PG go to that episode about the snitch, that's when it went downhill after that, because she was too paranoid and she didn't listen.
Yeah, I think it was more than emotional with her, though. That played a part too, but I think the paranoid part, and of course you add those drugs on top of it, honey. That wasn't something at all. That intensified it times 100.
Exactly.
Yeah. She had a lot going on, so that's why she reacted to everything the way she did. She always went straight to 100. It was never no middle ground.
The more she got and the more powerful she was getting, the more paranoid she was.
And the more ruthless she got. Like, she had no holds barred.
She still was emotional, though. She didn't think about it. That's
well,
what it was.
Women can be emotional because but the men don't give a So that's why y'all can do the stuff y'all do, because y'all don't, Hello.
And men get emotional as well and act out of emotion.
For sure. For
They
sure.
do.
And I ain't gonna say it, you know why they get emotional too, but that wouldn't be talked about on here. But you know why. They got daddy issues, you know what I mean? That's what a man, they get to sitting there putting their hands on a woman and all that type of stuff because they never had a father figure in their life and they got daddy issues. Keep your hands to yourself, man.
I'm just saying, Big Wolf. I'm just saying, men don't give a, 9 times out of 10. I'm just responding to Big Wolf.
Oh, okay.
He telling me to hold on, like, hold on.
Kendall had a good point. She said, men in those Latin countries, that's how they view women, is cultural. And as we see in the police presence that we get in the show, the men just would not believe that there is a woman out there that's really over here doing big things. Like they're constantly shutting June out, and she's in that kind of,
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too when they showed the contrast, because I was like, actually, it's similar. It's just that Griselda's, of course, in the crime business, and then June is the police, and they telling her, "You just here to, translate and make us coffee. Go sit down and look cute." And she's really helping them, to solve the daggone case, and they actually telling her like, "We don't want your help. We don't need you doing nothing. You're doing too much."
Exactly. I love that parallel that they did, create with the two characters. So she did the favor for Amakar, offering the witness. He becomes the face of the deal with the Ultras. But that lasted, seems like, 2 seconds because he still got arrested because, speaking of June,
exactly,
to match the fingerprints. And then, she came to the mutiny all celebratory and whatnot, and they done cut her out the deal.
Right. That was crazy. She just knew she had it in the bag. I said, damn, easy come, easy go. That shootout was crazy too when they rolled up on them.
Yeah, and he said, and she go, what she do? She went right to her husband. She cried. She said, I did all that for nothing. Yes, you did. You don't listen. Tamika, I know Tamika, I could just when you saw that, I know you shook your head like, you idiot.
Yeah, man.
You big dummy.
You put yourself
You
out
big
there.
dummy.
Bill slammed the door in your face.
I wish PG had that drop, bro. You big dummy.
Fred Sanford, you big dummy.
Oh my God, man.
Well, you guys,
you big dummy.
There you go.
Can you play it again?
You big dummy. You big dummy.
Yeah, I was aggravated, but at the time she felt she needed to do what she had to do, so it is what it is. But the thing that annoyed me, the conversation she had with Rafa beforehand, he was pretty much saying, I'd rather work with these idiots because I can control them. I'm not gonna, I'm more afraid of you. You're a mouthy bi, TCH, and you scare me. So I feel like that it fueled her to incite this war that she pretty much created in episode 4. Mind you, Syntax has now formed. And they have pretty much a whole task force. But she has this new house, pretty much a whole fort. It's giving Baby Boy when the boy built a little fort. And then now we have these Cuban refugees. About 100,000 just came over, so she pretty much hired them as an army. Like Griselda, I mean, she's a horrible person, but I admire some of the ambition. I must admit, maybe it's a toxic person in me, but it is what it is.
She's an equal opportunity employer.
Yeah, she knew how to talk to them.
Yeah.
I had to rewind. I'm like, say what now? Rewind that back. What you say? Oh, we ain't got to work for them people no more. Okay.
Right.
Inspirational. Very inspirational.
Hey, you got a cat?
So she's like, I'm gonna get revenge. Okay. So she has the little, whole liquor store catastrophe, which was a true story, where she goes in and, offs German, his bodyguard, and then she blows up Papo's house, but just the house and the daddy, not Papo. And then she finds out at the meeting that he's still alive. So that causes the whole thing. And I'm just like, oh, what we doing?
You big dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You big dumb.
Hey, matter of fact, keep that drop though, because episode 5 and 6 got a lot of you big dummy moments.
Yeah. I'm like, Griselda. But I mean, okay, all right.
She coked up.
What's up, Miss K? Thank you for coming through. What's up?
It definitely took over her life.
Yes.
It was good.
But she has another inspirational, this is like the third inspirational speech she done had with the Cubans, and pretty much was saying like, hey, we are alike, you know, when they see me, you know, I'm pretty much the scum of the earth as what they see you. So, you know, we're going to take what's your, we're not going to wash their dishes. We're going to eat lobster with them at the table. Like, she was a good salesman. She could sell me a good Honda, a good used Honda on a good day.
Good gas saver.
You gonna take that Honda? I told the fellas in the Discord, I said, bro, y'all talking about y'all wouldn't do this, man. She sit there and threaten your life. She tell you take your pants off. You better take your pants off.
If not, she gonna chop it off.
Exactly.
Oh gosh. So one of her men, you know, he was asking, you know, why she always one step ahead, because not only is she murking people, she's over there having the Cubans steal the product. They had the boat, they with the boats, they have the trucks, like they over there taking all the coke. And so they asked her, like, hey, you know, how are you one step ahead? She's like, I have a source. And you know, they kind of shoot to Marta, and Marta, it seems like, you know, it's pretty much her source to kind of stay in one step ahead, which is Rafa's girlfriend. So I was like, okay, you know, you got a little situation going on. But they're over there in this episode watching The Godfather. She pretty much, you know, is revealed that she's pregnant, and she ends up naming her son Michael Corleone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Which I forgot, you know, I already knew that because he was on the real son was on a reality show, Cartel Crew, which was on, I believe it was like VH1.
VH1, yeah.
But yeah, it was.
He wait too long to knock her up. He couldn't wait to kill old boy for getting no pants, man. He did it too.
That was not his initial motive.
Oh, it seemed like it to me.
Oh God. But one part I was annoyed with was when she went and just burnt all the coke in that little pool.
That's what I said.
I was like, why we not replenishing the stash? Like, girl.
That's a drop right there, you big dummy.
Hey, do you finish
She wanted to make no point, but she was.
You big dumb.
Yeah, she was. Y'all know.
Yeah, she did that. I guess she was making a point like, shoot, I got it. I'm going to burn it up.
That's a lot of money, though. I ain't got time to be burning up nothing.
Yeah, that hurt me a little bit.
Wet it up, burn it up. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that was, I'm like, okay, well, you know better than me. I don't know.
But at this time, you know, the cops, you know, Syntax is making way. Diaz had a CI that was able to put a name to the person. And he, you know, pretty much said her name is Griselda Blanco. And the actor who plays the CI is also a Joaquin that plays Raising Kanan. So that was cute.
You snitching.
Look at you.
Oh gosh. And Griselda also was like, you know what, I gotta double back and correct my mistakes like Raquel Thomas. So Paco was actually offed in the airport with the whole machete, y'all. But also before that, in retaliation, he went to her old house, burned it, but not before he drugged the bodies out. Her right-hand girl, Issa, I want to say his name was Rifo, but I think I'm messing it up. One of the Colombians and another one of her girls, like they beheaded the people and laid them out on the lawn. Like, how do y'all feel about that?
Oh,
that was
horrible.
Yeah. Zaria was trying to drive there as fast as he could, but by the time he got there, it was too late. The way they had them laid out there and everybody just standing around in the house was, I was like, damn.
Like they want you to see.
God damn.
I want you to see what I did. I want you to see this, and you know, Now you know what to expect. I said, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
When they did that, they done started a war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. I mean, I'm a fan of Christmas lights, a little blow up situation, but that ain't no lawn decorations. I want.
No. Yeah, little blow up Santa Claus or reindeer or something, but not the people on the lawn.
Yes.
Little
If I was
gnomes
a
or
neighbor.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when the mother showed up at her house and was telling her, I wasn't expecting that reaction because she's like, it's my
No.
fault that your son is gone. She's like, well, he would do anything for you and you great and I want to bring my other sons over. So she's like, tell you what, I could bring your other sons over and I could get, the people that did this back. And she was like, oh yeah, like you the godmother. All right, I'm with that. I was like, what? Like, okay.
Yeah. No, we're not doing that.
I definitely was surprised, Tamika. I didn't know. I did not expect that to happen.
I'm
Me
like, this
neither,
ain't
though.
gonna say I'm gonna bring the rest of my children. And,
And they all gonna work for you when they get here. I was like, okay.
Exactly. Like,
But I
okay.
guess
And they damn sure did too.
you got to know, it was a money thing, more so in freedom per se versus she wasn't trying to get back. She was just trying to still live and survive or something. It wouldn't have been me.
Yeah, I thought it really illustrated like how they praise Griselda.
Yes, they really
because she
did.
even found out through her friend like how they gave her the nickname the Godmother. They heard rumors somebody some female over there moving the cocaine in the USA and that's what they named her. And I was just like, they really praised her because that was a lot. I thought Griselda was going to have to sell her on her not hating her. But she's like, no, hire my other sons.
Right.
Yeah,
like girl,
what? We have to have a baby. Don't cross this lady because, your brother ain't here because.
Griselda.
Yeah. Because I thought the lady, when they opened the door, I thought they was going, the lady was going to haul off and, do something to her. But I mean, but you know who you were talking to is, I guess you're not going to do it. I guess it was just for you to bow down and, hey, let me work for you. Let me get my people over here to work.
I'm not surprised at it because those people in Colombia is crazy. They kill off their family quick. If their family die, they'll work with the enemy. So I ain't surprised.
Well, we see that.
Yeah, and probably the mother's trainer thought, he probably would have died in Colombia, not doing anything, jobless. Didn't have a long lifespan anyway. Just even getting to America was probably a hassle. So I get it, but at the same time, I don't know if I could have did that.
It was too soon. It was too soon. Too soon.
Oh gosh! But with all this drama, Griselda ended up having a meeting with Fabio and Rafa, with Arturo, and they were like, yeah, we like your plays. Yeah, we love it very much so. And as soon as they did so, they offed Arturo in the head. I'm like, oh my God, they just offed this man. But they was pretty much telling her, this is what happens, when you cross us, and this is for all the trouble you have caused.
Yeah, he blew his brains out.
But when you start stealing drugs and doing all this, I mean, you have to expect some sort of casualty. I think it would be cocky to think that. But that gives her the title of pretty much being the head of operations in Miami. And so she's an official queen pin. But y'all have any thoughts about this?
I got a thought though. That's your man's right there. He came all the way to Colombia. You got that man, guys. Like he thinking everything good. If I knew that was gonna happen, I don't want to go to the meeting. Because I knew they was gonna knock him off. I just like, yep, they knocked him off.
He don't want to go. I don't want to go to the meeting.
I don't want to go. Like, no, I don't feel
yeah, she
good.
should have known that it was gonna be repercussions. That's why I said in some aspects she would be so smart, but in other aspects it's like you literally would get caught slipping when it's something you should have known that it was gonna be some consequences,
and repercussions.
That's definitely true. So you guys leads into the next episode 5. Lord.
My.
Let me take a little sip.
What Biggie say? Don't get high on your own supply.
I didn't know this about her, but it's 3 years later, so a little time jump. We open up with Syntax. They over there at Congress because they need funds to get more resources to, combat all this drugs and violence. And apparently, they was like, well, what about Miami PD? Why y'all need extra people? And she was like, they've been compromised. So that pretty much lets us know that they're on the take as well. And so they're pretty much at a loss, but everybody knows, all the dealer knows that Syntec has went to Congress in DC, and Griselda is not worried at all because she had a whole scheme already planned. She deposited funds into Diaz's account to make it look like he was stealing money from the seizures. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, yeah, that's probably one of the best plays I've heard on TV.
Man.
I was about to say, hey, yo, that was a play. That's a play Ghost ain't never did. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm like, dang.
That's some rock stuff.
Yeah, I don't think Rock could ever do that.
But she has the foresight, to do something like that.
Yeah,
that lady was brilliant, and she was a big dummy at times. But other than that, a lot of her plays were brilliant.
Yes,
it was though. But she was a big dummy in this episode right here.
That was Chef's gift to me.
But that's your baby.
Yeah, at this point, she was definitely I don't give a energy, like how everybody was even coming to her when she was first sitting there with her white dress on, and it's like, oh, get this asshole out of my face and all of that. And even Dario was talking to her then, like, what the heck is going on? But it just seemed like every time he was trying to say something to her, she wasn't listening. And about 3 people came over and was like telling her syntax, and every time they was telling her, she's like, I know, like, So yeah, she would have her plans, but she also started feeling like, I'm Superwoman, I'm bulletproof, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I could do what I want to do. And as soon as she started thinking that way, that's when stuff got even more jacked up.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. It was kind of funny, seeing her trade places with, Amikar, because when she first popped on the scene, that was his little VIP section. She was one of the people trying to go in and try to get him, but now he the man. Okay.
Exactly.
So of course now, they think apparently there may be a leak in the organization because the stash houses are being hit. And of course that starts a whole cluster, Go ahead, Detroit. Sorry.
It started a whole different. This was a game changer. When she got when they talk about it was never a link in the organization. Griselda, that's why you a big dummy, man.
Yeah. At this time, Rafi, I feel like I'm saying it wrong. He was pretty much head of her security, which he's probably like my favorite character on the show. I really love his character, and he's assuring her like, we done cleaned up as much as we can. There was at one point at least 8 bodies in 1 week, but of course she's still not trusting people. But 2 weeks, down the line, Dario's party. Now she starts off this party what I feel like one of the most emasculating speeches. That speech was trash. Like, how do you feel about the way she was talking about how he, she wanted him, to stop being the bodyguard and, to trade, pretty much his gun for, gold, Gucci and gold, gives me a real
Yeah, she gave him a good, it was like a Uzi, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a nice gun. I'm like,
that was crazy.
She gave him a whole nother gun.
Detroit.
But when she was giving the speech, I was like, where are we going with this? Like, everything about that party was out of this world.
I had to rewind back. I'm like, say what?
I'm about to be that was horrible. She had tried to emasculate that man. That's why she ended up losing at the end, because she was sitting there, didn't listen to a man's point of view. I keep trying to tell y'all this. A woman needs
and then
a
the
man's point
crazy
of
thing
view.
about it, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
No, I was just gonna say the crazy thing about it, because remember we was just talking about it with the last episode, how she went and listened to him with certain things, but then it seemed like she listened to Rivi, and he was also one of my favorite characters. But it seemed like both of them, it was in her ear on each side, and it was like, you're listening to him over me. Some things he made good points with too, but some things it seemed like he was going like, yeah, girl, go ahead, get it. This is what you're supposed to do. And whereas Dario trying to tell her chill, but she won't listen to him, but she would listen to him. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Tamika, out of all the guys that was in her life, her boyfriend, husband, whatever y'all want to call this dude, baby daddy, whatever, he was right. He basically told her what the other dude told her, was like, yo, it's no leak. You gotta relax. And she didn't listen.
Yeah. She was too
They
paranoid.
both told her that.
Yeah. She was too far gone at this point. She had too much
Yeah.
power. I mean, I feel
Yeah,
like with
she
anybody,
was definitely too far grown. Then she's smoking
Yeah.
on that crack. Oh no.
She was
Mm-hmm.
on there getting
Listen,
her own supply, man.
man, that crack was locked down on her, boy.
Speaking of
Oh,
which,
Sure was.
Jesus.
before this, I had no clue that she was doing that. I didn't know. That's one fact I did not know. That I did learn that I didn't know she was on that pipe like that.
Yeah, she was
And
on that
having
pipe.
lesbian sex with Marta and other women's. I'm like, y'all really having a good old Hamptons party up in here, like.
And she having a lesbian party. No wonder what they was up there going. No, man. They was going downtown. Downtown. Keep it
What's up,
on the
Willow?
down low.
Man, it wasn't even on the down low. They was coming down the stairs all giggly,
They ain't care.
high,
Yeah.
and horny.
And
It was a mess.
they was horny, all right. Then she got the nerves to get mad at her husband, whoever who he was to her, and talking about you talking to this chick. This dude wasn't trying to have sex with that chick, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was her right hand girl, Estella, where they was just really, he was over there at his own party. You could tell he was kind of depressed because he had his own party, just looking at old photos, just not enjoying his own party because it's crazy over there. She's accusing him of cheating. They have an argument outside. She shoot up his vehicle, and I was like, "Oh, you doing too much." And so that fueled her to go back to the party and make John get bucket naked.
Yeah, I was saying that was wild.
That was definitely wild.
Have sex at gunpoint.
Yes.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you though. You got that gun too. What you gonna do? You gonna say, if she say get naked and you go have sex with her, you gonna say no? Hell no.
What about that man saying, what, you want me to bark too?
Right, I'd have been barking.
I said, oh, Jesus.
It's definitely giving Coming to America. How high you want me to jump? How much you want me to bark? Because that was a lot. I need to know, do you guys have in herself any other content about Griselda regarding this type of situation at a party? Like, I want to know, did this actually happen?
Some say in one of her Cocaine Cowboys, she would make guys do that. Have sex with other females and stuff like that. Like, they said she would do that. Like, they said she was wilding.
Wow.
That's rough right there.
Well, she's also been very paranoid because she still thinks Elite. She's accusing Dario, John, Fabio. She's looking at everybody crazy. Carmen ends up, being accused, but Carmen ends up leaving, get pressed by June, come back, and she was able to kind of kick everybody out because, Griselda was wilding out at that point. And she tells Griselda, like, hey, June, she pressed me. She has nothing substantial. But Griselda was not trying to hear that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I can see Griselda's point of view a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Carmen came back. Like, what do you feel about her and how she was trying to handle Carmen, not letting her leave the house?
Nah, she was trying to take her the heck out. I mean, I think logically, maybe if she wasn't her, but then again, at this point, she paranoid. She don't trust nobody. She don't curse everybody and their mother out. So maybe not. But if she left to go home and then she's coming back to tell you about it, I don't think she would come back to tell you about it if she trying to stab you in the back. And the fact she just was like, I'm gonna kill you. I was like, yo, this is crazy as hell. So at that point,
I gotta say something about this. That's why another drop gotta come. You big dummy. If you would have did this, what Rock would have did, if Ghost would have did, they would have heard her out. Like, okay, even if I don't believe you, which I don't think she got, like Tamika said, she don't have no reason to lie. I'm gonna sit there and put one of my people on her to see if she going to the police station, and if she's solid, then we could probably use her to sit there and kind of bait the police to thinking she knows something.
Yeah.
She didn't do that. She just sitting there and made it worse. And now she went to the police and went to start snitching.
Exactly. Yeah, she did it way too quick. She did tell Reevy to follow her, but it was after, she tried to offer. And then, Chucho didn't come to the party because he has a family. And now she's accusing him and thinking he's the leak. But her son Dixon, wilding out at the club, drove to Chucho's house and asked him to take the charge, and goes back and tell his mama, "We gotta handle it." I'm like, this is a hot
Yeah, it
A
was
hot
a hot
mess.
mess
Man.
beginning to
Mm-hmm.
end, man. And the fact that Chucho, I don't know if she was his wife or just his baby mother, but whatever, she talking about, oh, these people, they do it too. Wait, I said, don't listen to her. She about to get y'all taken.
Please don't
Exactly.
listen, because I tell you, it's about to be a
Oh,
wrap.
man.
Oh
Mm-mm.
gosh. So, Griselda, she's still hot. Like at this point in the party, every 5 seconds she on that rock real hard. Like Detroit.
Yeah. Terrible, man.
It was a hot mess, but she ends up listening, of course, let her son and the crack fuel her. She tells Rivi to handle Chucho, and they spot him. Of course, not spot him. I'm sure they was telling him. They didn't realize the son was in the back seat, and they end up offing his son. Like,
Really?
how do y'all feel about that? Because she was regretful, in the morning when she sobered up a little bit, but it was too late. But Candy, how you feel about the situation with the son? Like,
That was that
So,
was that was really sad. I mean, it wasn't nothing she could do about it, the next day, but the night, if she had the night that night, it was still nothing she could do. But I really hate that happened because not well. I think I think in a documentary one with Catherine Zeta, I think a child did she take the children out in that house? I think she did unalive children. I think she
I think
didn't,
I hear that. Mhm.
yeah, but so that was part of her MO, even though that had nothing to do with her directly, but it still happened. It was just a sad thing, especially when you have children, But again, karma. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. As soon as she recruited him, I was like, yeah, he's doomed. Like his story is going to end up terribly wrong. Tamika, what do
he
you feel about
recruited him
that?
anyway. Didn't need to recruit him. That was horrible.
Yeah. I mean, technically, he was trying to get at him, and then it was like, I ain't get him, but and then for her sons to be watching it on the news, and it's like, wait a minute, that's Chucho. Now his how you say his name? I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering it, but like his son, and they, that was just horrible. That was
Mhm.
absolutely horrible. They should have tried to run for the hills as soon as they seen that that the son left that house that night. I'd have been driving off with my family that night. It wouldn't have been no riding around the next day. Cause they
Exactly.
was gonna be trying to come after you. And then it was almost like she felt relieved that no, am I mixing that up? I might be mixing that up with something else.
She was
Um
relieved when she thought Rivi missed. But
right, yeah, yeah.
he ended up, they didn't realize the son was
Yeah,
sleeping at
then the
home.
son, yeah. So I don't know
Yeah.
if it happened exactly like that in real life, but yeah, that really was jacked up.
Yeah. Detroit, anything, you want to mention about the kid or the party, anything that I missed that you guys wanted to touch on with that
The
party?
kid, the party was he didn't want the party, and the kids is out. Her kids, one of her kids was just both of them. They was out of control, man.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really were out of control.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
was using real heavy, Dixon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Um,
then that was funny too. Well, we see that in a lot of the shows we be covering because she was trying to tell them like, oh yeah, don't be getting high. And it's like, how I'm not when you walking around with trays giving it out to everybody. So you telling me not to do it, but I'm seeing you doing it, and it's literally everywhere for everybody. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. He said you selling it as you have appetizers like on the tray, like girl, what you
Mm-hmm. Serving it up on a platter.
exactly. But yeah, y'all, that party, it was a
That was a
lot.
wild party. Yeah.
It
I
was
still can't get over that. Yeah.
it was
That
definitely a
party
lot.
determined that I would have never did it though. Like honestly, I don't want to jump the gun, but that party was determined. Like, okay, I gotta go. Matter of fact, I mean, I ain't gonna do that because she threw in my. I ain't gonna go there. I know you gonna talk about
Oh no,
that.
I was gonna get into that. They, her and Dario get into it. She pretty much break up with him, but
Yeah.
we see in the morning she was just like, I was just playing. I was high. What the fuck?
I was just playing.
He was gone. He took his son and
Yeah,
everything.
that was
Yeah,
crazy because she pulled the piece out on him, and he like, okay, if you gonna do me, then do me, and then you up the car and all that. Yeah, I couldn't have messed with her after that. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was a lie. He was trying to save his little son. That's all, little Michael Corleone.
Mm.
Sorry, that will forever live went free in my head. Oh gosh, but episode 6, she's still paranoid about Chucho's son. And she's really full thrown. It seems like a whole crackhead with Marta. Like they having a whole situation at Marta's house, and Marta ends up overdosing, you guys. Right before she was giving her a little promotion, like, yeah, we could be partners. And she was also, told that Rafi and Fabio want to kill her. So she was like, can you talk to them? So that whole situation is dead because Marta is dead. And so she finds, go ahead.
No,
Joy.
my bad. I would say they want to be partners already, getting high together and probably having sex together too. So, I ain't surprised.
They definitely was insinuating that they was, especially at that party, they was having fun.
A whole lot of fun.
So she calls Rivi to help, and they find all that coke in her. I'm like, why would you have all that coke in your closet?
You got it
that
bad.
means she just really got so much coke. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, and you got it bad.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. So she come up with a plan like, hey, we can make it look like, they fleed and take all the coke and, go off somewhere, because between the situation with Carmen, because Carmen now went to the police and was like, hey, I want to go ahead and be a witness. But when she finds out, that they want her to testify against the murder, she was trying to like back out. She was like, no, you can get her on the drugs. I help you with the drugs, but the murders, no.
Exactly.
Do y'all think that is weird, or do y'all think y'all can understand? I'm like, you snitching is snitching regardless. So, girl, what we doing here?
Snitching is snitching. Old girl is snitching. You might as well tell the whole thing.
Exactly.
If I'm gonna tell it, then I'm gonna tell it all.
Tell it. Yeah.
Because baby, the shoot, you gonna be gone anyway. Either way, because if you're gonna tell, if you're gonna tell, you might well tell.
Yeah, I don't think it's what they say. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Ain't no such thing as halfway snitch. Like, what we doing here? So Rivi, kind of helps her clean up, but Rafa comes back with some McDonald's. And they had no choice but to leave Marta in the tub, in the jacuzzi, okay? And so Griselda at the house packing up, find out Dario at the airport with Michael Corleone. He's like, I'm done. He's going back to Colombia. So Rivi, Griselda, and the kids go to Long Beach, and they flee to Long Beach with the bricks, and Rivi starts moving to work. And I love this scene where he gets word that Rafi found them, Rafa, because he had like $1 million, bounty low key on her, and he didn't have no coins, so he had to go to the bank to get a roll of coins. He low key, I don't want to say it's a robbery because I feel like he paid her, but yeah, that scene was so funny to me, and I was so grateful for technology. But Tamika, how do you feel about that situation?
Yeah, that was crazy with him trying to make the calls, and then when he went in near the bank teller, like, you got to get out of here. That's it. Nothing I can do for you. And he's like, oh yeah. When he pulled that out, I said, oh my. She was just standing there with her mouth open, like, yo, this really just happened for some quarters, because it wasn't like he's like money. He just wanted so he can make his call. That was
She probably could have got some. She up there trying to be Superwoman. I would just gave the man the quarters, man. Like, yo, he wasn't trying to rob you.
Like, I understand policy and procedures, but girl, get a man $10 coins. Come on.
What is the procedure when you have a to your?
That's what I was thinking. Giving Vivica Fox realness.
Okay.
I know you don't get swear Detroit, but I'm sorry, she was in the movie. But so he makes the call, and Griselda's at the hotel with the kids. So it looks like she already have a plan B, because he was like, in the past life, I feel like we were lovers. Like, I don't know, he was just giving me suave the whole time. But she tells the kids, Rivi wants to meet for dinner, so she get the kids out the way. So I'm like, okay, what's the plan, girl? Because you need to be going with them.
Right.
But it looks like, which is different from the actual truth, but the movie or the show depicts her calling the police. Well, it seems like either she called or Rivi called, Y'all can let me know what y'all think. But long story short, the police was called at her permission because that actually saved her from, the cartel, which I feel like that was a great play. But of course, in real life is actually different. So how
That's fake. That's fake. And the Griselda Blanca ain't caught no police. She
Yeah.
had multiple goons and stuff. She wasn't worried about. She wasn't worried about that. She was actually on a run for a minute though. But I'm not mad at that play though.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. They had to dial it down a little bit.
yeah, I like it because she stuck up the little middle finger when she was in them handcuffs.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So
Mm-mm.
they was only able to get her on the drugs, but June found a way. She realized, hey, somebody got them kids. Okay, so she was able to track down Rivy because she knew, she had to have those kids with somebody she trusted. Got him as a witness for the murders. He took a deal, but he had a whole phone sex scandal, which is actually true.
That's hilarious, bruh.
Yes. And that
Tamika, what
was
was you thinking?
Yeah, he really I guess he really was suave. I said, girl, not you in here making all this noise and going all crazy on the damn phone, boss walking in, catching you. And in real life, they say it wasn't just one secretary, it was several. So I said, oh, he was a real Mac
Yeah,
Mac. I'm
yeah.
like,
He
what
was
the
Ricky
hell going
Suave.
on? Like,
this
y'all risking it all for a dude over the phone in prison. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He
she
had
was
his
getting it
game
in,
down.
nigga. Hey, Fiji, I'm sorry. She was getting it in, nigga. She said she
For
gonna go
real.
this
Loud
5 minutes and
too.
stuff. I hope she wiped the
Exactly.
phone. I hope she wiped the phone off when she left.
Bruh.
Wipe everything
For
off. Girl.
real, that was too much. I'm like, you at
she
work, girl.
And didn't
and
even
she
lock the
Mm-hmm.
door. Lock the door.
Yeah.
hey Tamika, she was super loud. Like, bro, if you gonna do that on your spare time, you shouldn't be doing it. But damn, keep your mouth closed or something.
Yeah,
She
I think
need
quick on my feet. I would have been like, oh, I was just praising the Lord.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Dang,
Right.
man. She should have put her head down or something, bro. Like,
Yeah.
dang, man.
Mm-mm.
Like, and they caught her red-handedly too, man.
That
Child,
was
red
That's
hand.
crazy.
embarrassing, man. That is embarrassing.
Yeah, that was way
Oh
too
my
much.
God. That
It
is,
messed
yeah.
up and it messed up the thing.
Dang. You
She
can't use
probably
her as
went to go. She probably wanted to find out where he was at. She probably said, "What? I lost my job. I'm about to go see what he doing."
Let's see what he working with for real.
Pen pals for life, child. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, I cannot at work though. Okay, girl, you gotta
He
wait
Yeah.
till
stood tall though. He stood tall though because he ain't snitch.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. Which that actually helped the case because now
It
he's
did.
no longer a viable witness. And in the show, they said she did 7 years, but she actually did 15 years in real
Mm-hmm.
life. And they did have a scene where June lets her know that all but Michael Corleone was assassinated, but in real life the kids were off, way before her release.
Right, yeah.
So,
I
Yeah.
guess that was supposed to make it dramatic or something.
yeah, it
To have
did.
June come back again and speak to her. And actually, I think June only got to speak to her one time. And that scene when they're in the back of the cop car, that didn't happen like that because I remember in the documentary, it was actually a male officer. I can't think of his name right now. But he gave her the kiss because he kept saying if he catch her, he was going to
Mm-hmm.
kiss her. And he was the one
Yeah.
that was in the back of the car. Dramatic purposes, they change some of
Mhm.
the things. Like I said, they do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was one scene, like, for the most, I don't have a lot of complaints for this series, but the only scene that kind of was like, oh, well, did we need that? Is when she got out the car and had to throw up, and that was kind of a little off-putting for me. I'm like, oh, this wasn't necessary, but
Right.
maybe she, ain't been high in a minute and going through a little bit of withdrawal. I don't know. Could have
Yeah.
been, I'm really going to jail. I don't know, but I was just like,
Yeah,
maybe
that
she
was
could-
kind of off to me
Mm-hmm.
too.
yeah, okay. I wasn't the only one. Was like, okay.
My nerves bad. Let me up chuck right quick.
And then with Marta, even though they say they can't like prove or deny, but the way they try to make it seem like it was an accident in here, is no proof of that. And she did owe her $1.8 million. So how many people if you want to believe it was an accident that you just so happened, the OD when I'm owing you $1.8 million.
Exactly.
Right.
It looked bad regardless.
Mm-hmm. Bad,
It
bad,
Uh,
bad.
Mhm. And they also stated, in the show that she was the cousin of the Ochos, but she may have been possibly the sister. So, there's a lot of liberties they took. But overall, I definitely, enjoyed the series. Let me ask you your thoughts on the casting, with Sofia Vergara. I thought she did a great job. But do y'all feel the same way, or do y'all have like different opinions on how she portrayed it?
uh, uh, oh, y'all can go. I go last.
I personally think she did a good job. My son walked in the room like 2, 3 different times looking at the TV trying to figure out what I'm watching. He was like, "Oh, I keep wanting to say that's Sophia. That's not her though." And I'm like, "Yes, it is." He was like, "Oh." But I like seeing her in a different type of role than she normally play. I hope she do some more different things. I know some people wasn't too happy with it and they was talking about the looks, but Catherine Zeta-Jones didn't look like her either. Nobody's gonna really look exactly like her unless you're gonna put the prosthetics on her like they did with Charlize Theron when she played Monster. Other than that, it is what it is. I think she still did a hell of an acting job for me.
I agree.
Yeah, her acting was stellar. It was, she was spot on with her acting. I mean, it's Sofia Vergara. We'd never seen her in such a dramatic role.
Mhm.
Um,
Never.
but she did a heck of a job playing Griselda. Like,
She,
even though the Spanish, because I had to keep reading the captions, child, that was just tearing my nerves up.
yeah,
But
me too though.
Yeah, it was a lot.
but it was she did a very good job. I don't have no complaints about it. I don't think she looked. I mean, she could look like Sophia for all I care. She still would have bodied the role.
Yeah.
Now, do she look like Griselda Blanca? We know she don't look like
Mm-mm.
her. Griselda, she's taller than her. Look like Griselda,
Yeah.
kind of thick. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? They got some pictures of her. They try to make it seem like she was more manly, but no, this picture right here, she's a woman. She's Colombian. I mean, I thought she did a good job. If you want to see,
Mm-hmm.
nobody can play her. This ain't the first time somebody played Griselda. You can go on Lifetime. They got she on there. You go on Lifetime. You can watch the TV series about her.
Yeah,
Watch the
they done had a
documentary.
TV series, movies, documentaries, and I know the son was upset about this. He's supposed to be suing Sophia and Netflix and
Yeah.
saying that one, they didn't compensate him, didn't ask for his permission. Then they say he's saying, they making her look like a monster, and I was like, sir, but
The
at the end of the
monster.
day, this
This
is
is light work.
this is public knowledge. So I mean, they don't really have to pay you. They can. Then it's gonna be more movies. There's supposed to be 2 more
Mm-hmm.
that I know of, and I'm sure it's gonna be way more than that. I know one of them is with Jennifer Lopez, and I forget who the other one is with. So he gonna be getting ready to be mad at those two.
And you ain't getting no money too, but you better go ahead and get you a job or something like that, bro. You ain't trying to get no money.
That's what I was thinking. It was a straight money grab. Okay.
You're
Because
Right.
right.
we already know what your
He
mother was doing. Stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Your mother was a
And she
drug
was a
dealer,
monster.
and she killed multiple people. Actually, they could have did her dirty. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Because she did people dirty. She killed multiple people. So ain't nobody about to praise her. She don't. They
Right,
praised her
and for
enough in
her to
here.
even make it till she was 69,
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
She
listen.
Thank you.
caught a body at what, 12, 11, 12, 9?
Yeah. When she was a
Yeah.
teenager.
Yeah, she caught a body as a baby.
Yeah.
So, child, please. Your mama
Yeah.
is a
Exactly.
monster.
Thank you for bringing that up, Tamika. Yeah, she was assassinated, at 69 in Colombia. Pretty much the way that she was assassinating her people. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep,
She was
the
at a
yeah,
butcher
exact
shop,
same
right?
way. I wonder what made her even go back to Colombia and think that she could be comfortable. I guess she just felt like, hey, I'm the godmother, I'm untouchable. She must have still had that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
feeling.
them people couldn't stand her. If anything, she should have just went to Los Angeles. If she would have been, I'm gonna be honest with you. In the documentaries, she had more love in New York. They loved her in New York. She should have stayed in Queens.
yeah. Maybe, visually they wanted a different,
Yeah.
look for the show. But I thought I may have, and don't quote me, but I thought they said something happened where they extradited her or she had to go back to Colombia. But don't
Yeah,
quote me.
they
But
did extradite her at one point, but
okay,
the way she used to be moving and slipping
that's
out of
true.
things, I would have thought maybe she
Somewhere
would
else,
have. Yeah.
somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
And when she had a butcher shop, when she got
Yeah.
unalived outside of a butcher shop or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly with her daughter-in-law or something.
hmm
But 69, that's a long life with all the
It is. It
tragedy she
is.
caused.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
her,
she
she could have
ended up
been
losing
dead
her
early.
3 sons, but I mean, that was something she knew could happen too. You was taking out all these
Mhm.
other people. That's why sometimes with her thought process, it was like, you don't think this is gonna come back around. You really think, okay.
Exactly. You got four liabilities there, and you
Mhm.
can't, protect them at all. And they also credit her, with boosting the economy in Miami, with the
I
high
reckon.
rises and the high life. So she did a lot of bad things, but I can't even say some good come out of it because I feel like at the end of the day, it's still all bad. It's giving me, drug dealers handing turkeys out at Thanksgiving, like
Come on,
Right.
Yeah, that part.
Nino Brown.
Yeah.
yes. Come
Yeah.
on.
Did y'all appreciate the police presence, or did y'all want more or less? How did you feel about the police presence in the series?
I thought the police was. I think that they did pretty good.
Okay.
Mhm.
It was all right. Certain parts I thought was a little corny, a little, dry. But like I said, I did like the contrast. I see what they was trying to do with putting there and showing what she was dealing with amongst her, co-workers. Because at one point she was ready to take a desk job, be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go be with my son more. I ain't got time for y'all and y'all shenanigans." But then she got the opportunity to become a part of the task force, and they started giving her a little bit more leeway. So you was kind of seeing her rising and doing good with her job versus,
Mhm.
Griselda on the other
Mhm.
side of it. And another little fun fact, her and Singleton actually had got married in real life. But
Yeah. Hmm.
with certain things I like, certain things I was like, really, I know what was it, the one Bill, he was just an a-hole. He was annoying to me.
Okay.
The one that kept telling her, "Yeah, we don't need you to do nothing but go get the coffee," and turning up the air to her so her nipples could get hard and all kind of craziness. I was like, "What the hell this got to do with police
They were
work?"
Child,
jerks.
they wanted a
Yeah.
show at the job, child.
They were jerks.
Do you guys have any things that y'all wish was portrayed? Like, for instance, I don't know if me just being shallow, but I wouldn't have mind seeing a glimpse of Charles Crosby, her African American boy toy.
Yeah, they could have threw that in there. They could have also threw in there how her and Pablo was kind of going back and forth. And I
Mhm.
wouldn't have mind seeing the detail of like what I was saying with how she did the outfits and everything. But I know
Yeah.
we ain't have time to go through all that. But it would have been a little all right to see
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, we
and
could have got 8 episodes. We
yeah,
could have
eight
got
or
two
10,
more. Yeah,
definitely.
because we need to see those other little intricate parts, like Tamika saying with the undergarments, like how they did all that and make and just that, and then the Pablo Escobar part. Like I would have liked to seen that a little bit of that in there as well, but I guess it's not his story, so they didn't need to add that in there. Um, Charles Crosby, did y'all?
Greta said they
She
skipped
tried
over
to have
that
him
black
unalive.
boyfriend. Yes.
She tried to have him unalive, but luckily he had on a bulletproof vest because he was cheating on her while she was in prison.
Oh, I
For
didn't know
Yeah.
that,
real?
child.
Yes,
Mm.
And then
she
just was
tried to
like,
have him
"Sorry,
assassinated.
Wow.
Yeah, because
I
he had another
apologize."
girlfriend.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Griselda was crazy though, but she loved her some black man though.
Yeah.
They ain't show that.
Yeah. What's
Shit,
up,
no man
Tori?
was no man was smashing her in Queens.
What's up,
Yeah.
Tori? Yeah.
Yeah. And they also stated, she was very jealous, especially with Dario. Like there were several women
Yeah.
that she
Hmm.
threatened, and I don't know if she offed any of them, but her homegirl wasn't the only one that she was like, "What you doing with my man?"
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Listen.
want no parts of her.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, you
Absolutely not.
don't want no smoke with her.
Mm-mm. But Charles, he befriended her like a pen pal or something while she was in prison. Like he wanted to. I guess he wanted to. He wanted to see what she was working with.
What it
But
was
she was
talking
in
about.
exactly. But she was in prison when all that took place. And he was like, she never wore prison clothes when he came around. She was always in Louis and Gucci and whatnot. She was always dressed up when he saw her.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think that was on Cocaine Cowboys too.
Yeah, I
I think.
believe so.
Hmm.
Child, okay.
Yeah, but it's
Well,
it's
I'm not
crazy.
not trying to keep y'all putting here. Before I get y'all rating, do you have anything that y'all wanted to mention that I may have missed or that we didn't discuss?
No, we ain't really. It don't really matter though. But her friend, she was out that life. She gave her. She was like y'all just said. She was at a desk job, but she wasn't trying to hit that. She threw her up. She's like, "You got to go."
Carmen, yes.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
had to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know why it was weird because she kept referencing how Carmen was like goody two shoes and was keeping her nose clean, but in them scenes, Carmen looked high as hell. So I'm like, what the hell? Like it looked like Carmen was indulging, but yeah, it was interesting, because she didn't want to get in that life because she had a bad divorce. And she was like, hey, we two over the hill ex-drug dealer wives. Like, why are we getting back into this?
Yeah.
So she was upset that Griselda got into her house under false pretenses. But did y'all ever at one point think that she really just wanted to sell that one brick, or she really had plans to get back into the life?
Oh no, she had
Y'all
plans.
thought she was trying to get back in.
Yeah, she wanted back in. She just was trying to,
she
say
didn't
that
want
to
no-
Carmen.
She was just trying to make Carmen feel good, but no, she was in the game too long to be settling for a dish job. Mm-mm.
Oh God, yeah, we did talk about that, Torian. So what would y'all rate this series overall on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm gonna give it a nice 8 point. I'm gonna give it a 8.5, man, because I thought it should have been 10 episodes. I mean, 10 episodes. Hell, they probably could have did 2 seasons out of this, but I guess the budget, I guess they didn't want to do it. So
Yeah,
I give it about 8.5 because of the acting, the storyline. I'm not so worried about it wasn't accurate enough because, like Dan said, if you want to know the whole thing, go on Netflix, go on Hulu or something, and go watch it. Like honestly, go to Lifetime. They got it.
that's true.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of stuff out here about her. I give it about an 8.5. I thought it was good. I thought it was decent. The Spanish didn't bother me because I've watched many, foreign films that I have to read the subtitles. But I will say I got to be in that frame of mind because you're gonna have to pay attention. So I know that was the issue for some people. But I was like, all right, what we getting into here?
No, you definitely right to me. It's not one of those where you can multitask. Like you blink wrong and too long, you're like, hold up, I done missed a whole sentence that was pivotal to the whole episode.
And that was my problem. Yeah, I kept watching it like I'm at work, I'm watching it, then I'm driving, I'm listening. I'm like, no, I can't read and drive at the same time. No. I had to carve out time to watch it. And then I'm like, okay, here we go. I had to sit down and just, all right, sit down and watch it.
You know what I did though? I had to I watched it actually the whole series 2 times. I watched it on the big screen, then I watched it on my iPad. The only reason I watched it on my iPad because I wanted to see the Spanish, the words and stuff. That jump was going fast, so I was fast forwarding and rewinding it to see what they were saying. But other than that, I ain't had no problem with it.
Yeah, it was good.
Have
I
y'all
give it
seen
a solid 8.
A solid 8. I ain't mad at that. Did y'all see Narcos?
I'm close to a 9. Sorry, Detroit. What did you say?
No. Did y'all see Narcos?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 3
seasons, right?
3 seasons of it.
I think 3 or 4. Yeah. I wish they did more seasons, but
yeah, they need to.
But I definitely enjoyed this. It was fun to watch. Like I said, if you lack patience, this probably ain't for you.
Okay.
Because you cannot have them kids running around the house. You can't be cooking on the phone. Like you have to be dedicated to watch these 6 episodes. But if you do, I feel like you ain't gonna be sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely good TV. Sophia did a great job. I love seeing, her diversity in this role. In terms of, physical appearance, no, they don't necessarily look alike, but I feel like they did the best they could based on what they was given. Because, it's hard to find a J-Lo and a Selena situation. That was a good pairing, or, and I won't say Andrew Black and Tina Turner, but, you try your best based on what you got.
She executed.
Exactly. The talent, showed up for itself. But anything else?
Then PG, can I say this for you? Hey, fellas, man, stop trying to sit there and body shame this. Talking about she looked too good. Man, you're not gonna never get Griselda right. Nobody can look like this woman. There's only one of her, and to be honest with you, this woman did a great job. Everything ain't got to be centered towards no man. This is a show about a woman. let the ladies get their love too. You know what I mean? I know the brothers, you know, the man, we want our own look at man on the screen, but me personally, I love looking at women on the screen. I'm tired of looking at a bunch of men cry all the time. So I enjoyed this series.
Yeah. Did you
Oh,
did you have any favorite characters on this
Uh,
show, Detroit?
I ain't gonna hold you to cop though.
June?
Yes, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, God forgive me, y'all forgive me. But I was disappointed in her because I thought, oh boy, they was gonna get it off. I thought they was gonna have a sex scene. I wanted her to take her pants off to see what she was working with.
You always got
Pressure.
I mean, she did end up marrying, her coworker.
Yeah, but we ain't see it though. I don't care
We don't
about what
see
happened in real life. I just know pants to drop down.
I'm sorry. I mean, you
Oh,
saw them. You had a whole scene at the party.
I understand it. Even Griselda ain't dropped on pants. She ain't even drop them.
No, well, they did have a love making scene, but she didn't show her. She showed her side boob.
She ain't showing much of nothing.
Sorry, Detroit. Wrong.
Lord have mercy.
Andy, did you have any characters that stuck out or any favorite characters?
Griselda, Griselda, she did a very good job. Remy.
Yeah, he was my favorite.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah.
Tamika, what about you?
Yeah, Ribby stuck out to me. Dario did a good job. I felt like he had her back. He was there for her. He tried to be the voice of reason. He was gangster when he needed to be gangster. So.
And she ended up assassinating him.
Right.
Yes, I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Took Michael Corleone back. Even though I think the assassination was a little different in real life, that wasn't a big deal to me either. But yeah, unfortunately. And then later, of course, he's the only one that survived. He ended up going back to Dario's mother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The real life story, they said the guys that came to Dario had like police uniform on, so it was presented a little different. But yeah, my heart was beating real fast because the way they
knocked him out. They knocked him off.
Yeah. She said she getting her son back. She ain't playing, and she did warn him.
Yeah, she did warn him though. That was weak though. To be honest with you, man, y'all could have handled it a different type of way, man.
Yeah, but it was definitely sad to see, those sons just. I mean, it's karma, but it was definitely sad.
Yeah, it was. And the way she had, did the drive by on the motorcycle, like that was just. I guess you got to take them out quick and keep on moving,
Yeah.
But
a lot, but great series. I want more like this. So we got to get tell more stories. Of course, it's a drugstore. We cover a lot of crime shows, but if it's good quality and not goofy, as Brillo would say, right. I'm here for it. But any other final words before we get out of here, you guys?
Well, I had a good time with y'all. We got to do this again. We got to find a TV show. I'm thinking Mrs. and Mrs. Smith, man. What's up?
I got to start that. I haven't started it yet. I'm excited to see it though.
You watch it? Did you watch it?
I did start it. I haven't finished it. I've been so busy. I actually just started MLK X, and I like the first 2 episodes. I'm thinking about doing that as one of my things for Black History, but I'm just like don't know which way.
I'm on episode 2 of that though. I'm glad Raising Canaan is off because I can get to watch other stuff.
Yeah,
I'm fatigued for that.
Be able to get into some other things.
Yeah, I'm getting a little fatigued with.
With that being said, have you all? Yeah, it was. I'm sorry. I'll say that after you finish. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Candy. Sorry.
I was saying, has anybody y'all had an overload with RK? Not the Chicago, but the New York Raising Canaan.
Yeah, I'm a little fatigued.
People's crashing out, man.
Yeah.
I got to get.
But is it because this season was so great that we are doing a whole lot more now than we did season 1 and season 2 and any other of the Power series? Like everybody trying to figure this out. We're trying to theories. We're trying to, see who this getting the third,
Yeah,
It's just a great show overall. And
Can I
Yeah.
can I say this though?
overtime.
Can I say this though? I just want y'all opinion before we go. This is the first season. Like I'm not trying to take talk about nobody's shows. I ain't felt this way since probably like episode like season 3 of Snowfall. What I mean by this, you don't really know what's gonna happen in the finale.
Mhm.
Like, and people talking about, well, it ain't going nowhere. But that's good writing then, because good writing makes you want to think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's predict? Can you predict anything, Tamika, or you just still guessing like us?
I mean, yeah, I'm guessing. None of us know what's gonna happen. We just know like it's a possibility that this could happen, that could happen. We don't know which direction they're gonna go in. And you figure since they did get renewed before this season even started for their next season, you know whatever happened is gonna be leading into that, and it just makes you even more intrigued. Because it gotta be something if they was like, yeah, we got the green light for y'all to go ahead to do the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to it.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely expect curveballs. It's not like, oh, everything's
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like they're leading up to certain storylines, but we don't know.
Mhm.
We don't know really what's going to happen, which I love about it. But I do think we've been trying to maximize the content, so that may have us on a warning on the sick and shut in list for crashing out.
But I'm happy to
Yeah.
go though, because I'm gonna watch other shows. I'm gonna do other content with y'all, other than some damn drug shows or whatever like that. So
No, I
I'm
agree.
glad. I'm kind of glad it's gone, to be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe we can put on, maybe Detroit, you can put together a panel for Mr. and Mrs. Smith in a week or two.
I
I
got
just
you.
need
I,
some
I
time
would
to
definitely
watch
do it.
it. What you got coming up, Detroit, on your channel?
Oh man, Raising Canaan, and that's about it, man. Maybe I get you a Candy Love on Friday, because it's gonna be some things that gonna have to be talked about on that episode. But other than that, that's it.
All right. Candy, what you have coming up?
Ooh, I'm working on my Ruthless episode 12 and 13 review, which is on BT Plus show, Tyler Perry show. Shout out to Detroit. I have All the Queen's Men, which is another BET Plus show, which is next Sunday. Well, this coming Sunday with EJ, Tika, Tamika, Moochie, and Nita. We'll be doing that on Sunday.
Okay.
So
Are you doing it because it's just a lot of eye candy?
Well, the story, no, it's very good story. The writing, Eva Marcel plays Hellified. She's Madam, but she plays a drug lord, Queen Pen as well, in her own version with the eye candy. They are her little minions.
Oh, I didn't know she was
To say the least.
I'm gonna have to get into
Yes.
that.
Well, she doesn't do it directly. She has people that
Yeah.
her father started the business, so she just kind of dibbles and dabbles in it. You don't see her do it, but
Yeah. I
Yeah.
imagine,
Mhm.
she ain't got time for that.
No.
Little minion work. But I'm gonna have to get into that. I thought she was just selling a peen.
No. That's a small part of
No,
it.
she
That's
got
a
her
small
hands
part
into all different kind of things.
Yeah, that's just a small part of it. People think it is, but you can fast forward their parts and still be fulfilled with the episode.
Okay.
You don't have to. Yeah, it's not like that.
No. All right. And Tamika, what do you have going on?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get ready to watch the Oval and do my review on that. Sisters is tomorrow, and then of course we got the first reaction for Raising Canaan, and I'll have my own review for that. And then Saturday I'm gonna have trivia night, little Black History trivia mixed in, some other trivia. That's it for now, and other things to come. Keep your notifications on. I'm glad I did this with y'all. Enjoyed it.
Fine.
Thank y'all so much for us coming together, creating together. I appreciate that. Of course, Raising Canaan on Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. Doing a BMF rewatch. I honestly don't think I'm gonna do 2 episodes. I might have to group them in 3. I'm not trying to do 5 breakdowns.
Oh God.
So I'm probably gonna have 3 lives covering season 2 of BMF to kind of refresh our memories on what went on. You know, I really just cared about Charles and Lucille, but whatever. We're gonna get into meeting them too.
Get to the
My
MVP.
400th show is coming up. This like 398. So I kind of want to do something with my 400 show, but we'll see if I get to that. But all the fun things. Thank you guys so much for coming together, talking about this great
Say one more thing.
and we're gonna catch y'all on the next one, right?
I got one more thing to say.
Of course. Go ahead. Detroit.
All right. I think this. Hold on. One thing. I think this year when it ever drops, I'm doing Mary Kingstown, man. I think it's only right, Tamika, that we got to do that.
Oh, I'll be down to do with you. I tried it last time it was on, but nobody wasn't coming through. So we got to get
I'm
the
down,
people talking
though.
about it. It's a good show.
Hey, you gotta watch. You gotta watch it. I'm telling you.
It's good.
Yeah, I've watched it like 3 times. Ain't but 2 seasons. I've watched it 3 times. That's how good it is. It's good.
This is up. It can be debated. This is better. This is just my opinion. This is my opinion. I'm not saying it is. This can be debated. This is better than Raising Canaan. It's up there with Raising Canaan. That's how good this show is.
Definitely is.
It is up there on the prison
Torian,
side.
I mean,
Yeah.
Detroit. Torian said you like Columbo. Yeah, he is right when you think you are.
He like that preacher trying to get. He like that preacher trying to get one more donation.
Yeah, I gotta get one more donation. Hey,
I was thinking like them aunties that don't get off the phone.
Right.
Hey, better yet, y'all make sure y'all donate to Tamika Den and Candy. Candy got that cash out ready.
Yes,
I already know she got it. And throw us a $50 bond. We'll split it together, man.
We definitely
Okay.
will. We ain't gonna hold it. You know, some people
Okay.
hold people stuff. All right, now I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much, chat. If you're watching a replay, make sure y'all liking the video. So make sure you subscribe to all of our channels. When I get off in the description box, I'm gonna put everybody's link in there. But support, okay? Black content creators. We're over here trying to give you our little slice of the internet, okay? But until next time, toodles.